Welcome back to Life on Cars. Hope you're all keeping well. I'm working on the MR2 today, and what's happening is we need to sort out the rear fog lamp. Now in the UK all cars have to have rear fog lamps. They need to be red, 21 watt bulb fitted, and they need to be able to be operated independently. So interestingly, if the car is a Japanese domestic market car, which my MR2 is, so that means it started its life in Japan. Japan domestic market cars didn't come with rear fog lights because it's not a requirement in Japan. So what usually happens then after the car's been imported is a rear fog lamp is retrofitted by a mechanic to the rear of the car, and it's often just a independently fitted fog lamp which is bolted on under the back bumper somewhere. And that's what was fitted to this MR2 when I initially got the car, but I've taken that off. The wiring wasn't very good, and there's a better solution on these, and that solution involves using the existing rear lamp clusters and getting some rear fog lamps working. So let me show you how I'm going to do that today. Hope you enjoy the video. Let's go. So yeah, if you look at this picture that I'm going to put on the screen now, that is how you often see a lot of fog lamps fitted on Japanese domestic market cars that have been imported into the UK. So you can see on the picture the fog lamp has been added on, it's hanging down underneath the bumper. But like I say, there's a better solution for that. So let's get into it. Basically ran a cable behind the center panel there to the light and soldered it on. I'm going to show you where I solder the connection onto the lamp. But before I do that, I've just popped a little grommet in that existing hole there. So I'm going to run the cable into the boot for now, and then we'll find out where this goes afterwards. Yeah, so on my revision 1 Mark II MR2, this end lamp unit, which I think originally would have been a second side light and brake light. So we've already got a side and brake on this one here, and I think with it being a Japanese domestic market, they also had a side and brake lamp here as well. So it's going to carry on functioning as a side lamp. So when you turn the side lamps on, it will still light because power will come down that green wire there. That's the earth. But what we've done is we've cut that wire there, which goes to the 21 watt filament in this twin filament bulb. And then we're going to solder on to this cable here, which also runs to the same lamp socket on the left, or the near side of the car. And then we'll basically, when we throw the switch, when we wire the switch up, we will get two 21 watt lights coming on the inside, which is the ideal position or the legal place for a fog light in the UK. So it would be a neat solution rather than having another fog lamp bolted on and hanging down below the car. It's going to make a nice soldered connection on here. Right, so we're all connected in nicely to the back lights. There's the blue cable. Look, what I've done is I've just brought it around the back of this carpet and through a little rubber grommet down there. and that comes out in the engine bay. So I've actually wrapped the cable in this plastic sheathing to make it look kind of OEM, and then I'll secure this a bit better when I've finished. But it basically comes along the side of the engine there, and it goes down there. You can just see it coming past the fan, and then it's going to go through a grommet in the firewall, and then that will come out. I've taken some trims off here, so there it is. That's coming out of a rubber grommet, and I've ran that cable along, and there it is. Look underneath. It's going to come along the sill here and come out in the front here, ready for wiring and switch fitting. Right guys, let me show you what I've been up to. So we've got this wired in nicely now using a relay which I found in my toolbox, and a switch. This is properly done now. Oh, it was in such a mess last time. It was a real bodge. There was no relay used, and it was horrendous, if I'm being honest. Anyway, we've done it properly. Basically what I've done is a typical relay wiring situation here, where the switch, when you fit a relay, what happens is the switch doesn't directly switch the lights on, which is better. It's safer, because these switches are not really designed to take a huge amount of load. So when you throw the switch actually turns the relay on, and the relay is a heavy duty switching mechanism inside to handle quite a high current, and it's the relay then sends power to, see that blue wire there? That's going back to the fog lights. The relay powers the fog lights, so the switch isn't under any real load at all. All that's doing is turning on the relay. It's important if you do something like this to fit a fuse, because obviously we need a power feed coming down to the switch. So just a little 5 amp I've put in there, and then we need, what happens with these is you need a power feed to your relay, which I've taken from the ignition switch off of one of the heavy duty wires. I've run that through a 15 amp fuse and down to the relay. Then we have an earth, and obviously we have one side going back to the switch, and then the other one that's left is going up to the fog lights. So yeah, shall we give it a test, and then I'll tidy this up. So just to recap on these MR2s that are Japanese domestic market, originally this lamp and this lamp would have been side lamps or tail lamps and brake lights. So both of these would have lit originally on both sides as brake lamps. But what you saw me doing early on in the video is that these no longer work as brake lights. These now work as side lights and fog lights. So they'll come on when I put the side lamps on, and then when I throw the switch in the car, these will go extra bright because the 21 watt filament will glow rather than as well as the 5, and we'll get fog lamps coming on. Let's try it. So we should have brake lights, then tail lights, yeah, and obviously indicators. But when I throw that new fog lamp switch now, we should get 2 brighter lamps coming on for the fog lamps using the 21 watt filaments. Off, on, off. So brake lights, that's the tail lights, and then the brake lights there, and then fog light. Neat solution, isn't it? Just the switch to pop back in here now. There we are. Actually lights up as well, this switch, which is useful, so you don't leave them on by mistake. Happy days! MOT ready. Well, there we are then. I've got the fog lamps working how I want them to work, utilising the existing lights. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that, and I'm pleased with the wiring as well. The wiring is actually safe this time round. Honestly, last time it was just a positive feed, ran from the battery through the switch to the back, and the wiring had been routed in a horrendous way as well. So yeah, it was a really odd the way they'd done it last time around. But anyway, it's all sorted now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give me a like and subscribe. If you found that interesting on the MR2, we do have a playlist for the MR2, which shows you all the jobs that I did on this car to bring it back to life. We had to do a bit of a recommissioning on the MR2 because it had been stood for a long time. So yeah, check out the playlist, you might enjoy that. Because there's lots of things that I got up to on the MR2 to bring it back into use. So listen, all I've got to say is take care, look after each other, and I'll see you next time with something else on Life on Cars. Take care, bye now.